everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Shotgun Red, and I'm Sheila.
I'm Jennifer.
And believe it or not, we've got a recipe here for you today.
We do. And you've heard of stick a fork in it?
You can stick a fork in it.
You're going to stick a fork in this. It's really good, and you're going to love it. So we are going to take you back and show you how it's done.
We have 6 to 8 Petite Gold potatoes, slicing them thin.
And it might take more or less depending on the size of your potatoes. And these are small, so we'll see about probably 6 to 8 of these to fill up the bottom of our baking dish.
And if you don't have gold potatoes, you can use whatever kind you have on hand.
Absolutely.
We have pre-greased a 9x13 baking dish. We are adding shredded Parmesan cheese.
And we're just going to sprinkle this lightly along the bottom.
You know we like our cheese.
We do like our cheese. Once we get that sprinkled on the bottom, we're going to go ahead and start placing our potato slices on top. So we're just going to start adding these, and they don't have to overlap. You can just leave them side by side and fit them in.
And place them evenly in the dish.
Across the bottom. You just place them across there, fill up the gaps as much as possible.
They kind of stick together, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, like a
magnetic
cat hair on a black slacks.
Yeah, exactly.
As Steve used to say.
Uh-huh. So we'll just get these all in there, and then
spread some more Parmesan cheese over the top.
And this is going to help bind these potatoes together because Parmesan cheese tends to harden.
We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
And we're going to place this dish in the oven. I'm going to add a little bit of salt here.
This is already looking good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try this. We are going to bake the potatoes for 30 minutes.
And while that is cooking,
in the meantime, we're going to chop up some fresh spinach.
And probably about 3 cups of spinach. And we've got our skillet on medium heat.
We'll drizzle a little bit of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
And then we're going to add about a teaspoon of butter.
Which we love our butter.
Gotta have butter. And then we're going to add
fresh chopped spinach.
And we're not going to cook this too long, just enough where it reduces down in size.
Add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic.
And
1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Just a little bit of salt. We're just going to stir that up. Like I said, just enough to let it reduce down in size. Pick up that piece there. Don't let it overcook.
Remove it from the heat and set it aside.
Because we're going to use that in a little while. So once we got that.
In that same skillet, we are going to be browning up 1 pound of lean ground beef and 1 cup of diced sweet onions. And for some reason, our camera stopped.
I know, I don't know what happened, but here's the seasoning we used.
1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning.
Then
1 teaspoon of garlic salt.
And we added
1 teaspoon of paprika.
And, of course,
1/2 teaspoon of black pepper.
So that's already in the skillet here. And so we're going to let that brown up. Make sure all the pink is gone.
And cover that up. Smells good.
It does.
Once the hamburger is brown, we are adding 1 can of Rotel tomatoes and green chilies.
And you could use the generic.
We love a Rotel.
And make sure that's drained. We're just going to combine this into the meat here. And then once it's combined into the meat, we're just going to go ahead and remove it from the heat and set it aside. About this time, we got about 5 more minutes left on the oven for our potatoes. So in a medium-sized bowl, we're going to add
4 ounces of softened cream cheese, 1/2 block.
And this is just your Philadelphia cream cheese. You can use whatever brand you'd like. You could even use whipped cream cheese. And then we've got some ricotta cheese, and I'm going to put about 1.5 cups of ricotta cheese in here. Not quite the whole container. I'll save that for something else.
Mix those together.
Once those are combined completely,
then add in our cooked chopped spinach,
which is going to help you mix it also because it's got the olive oil in it. That will help you mix it up.
Follow that together with the ricotta and the cream cheese.
And once you have that completely combined, and we're going to use about a tablespoon of grated Parmesan cheese and reserve the rest for a little bit later. It really does kind of look like spinach dip, doesn't it? Yum.
Which in the meantime, I'd be using some crackers with that.
Exactly. And then we're going to set it aside. So it's been about 30 minutes and our potatoes are done, so we're going to remove them from the oven.
We let the potatoes sit and cool for about 5 minutes.
Just so they're cool to touch. So once they are cool to touch,
then we are adding our spinach ricotta mixture.
And we're just going to spoon this on and spread it over the potatoes evenly. It's a little sticky, but it'll spread. Just gently work it over the potatoes. That's what that Parmesan cheese really helps to bind those potatoes together, so you can spread this over the top of it. So we're going to spread that evenly. Get it all off there. And once that's all on top of the potatoes,
I think we're adding a layer of shredded mozzarella cheese.
And one thing that I really love about mozzarella cheese is it melts really well. And then, once we get that shredded mozzarella spread on there, we're going to go grab our skillet and pour it over the top.
And spreading our meat mixture over the top of that.
Evenly.
Then adding a final layer of shredded Italian blend cheese.
And this is where the rest of the cheeses come in, which has a lot of flavor.
Now, we told you we like cheese.
That's right.
Now,
we love our cheese.
You can see now that we like cheese.
And this dish is full of it.
Our oven is still on for 350 degrees.
So we're going to place this into the oven for about 15 minutes, uncovered, and let it bake, and we'll be back. We're back, and it's done.
Look at that. Yum.
Look at that.
I can't wait to try this one.
Lots of flavors in this one.
It smells so good.
It does.
This right here I want to really dig into.
What's good about this dish, too, is it freezes really well. If you want to just make something that you can serve for a big family, or if you just want to make yourself leftovers later on in the week, you can do that.
And sprinkle the remaining grated Parmesan cheese. I really like the way this one right here looks.
Oh, yeah. And it tastes good.
Looks like it's going to be yummy.
Wait until you taste it. It is yummy. And then I'm going to take a little bit of parsley and sprinkle that over the top. I'm using just some dried parsley, but if you've got fresh parsley, you could use that.
You know I want that corner piece.
I know, you're right always here, wanting that corner piece.
There, right there. Yeah, that's where I want it. Right there.
And if you take that out of the oven and you just let it sit for about 5 minutes, it should come out of the dish really easy.
Yeah, that's about the right size.
Just spoon that onto a plate.
Look at that.
All those flavors.
And as Steve would say,
is this the best 7-cheese hamburger potato casserole you've ever had?
If it ain't, it ought to be. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Bye. All right, let's eat.
Well, that's She and Jen, them two girls having too much fun. We hope you enjoy this recipe, and we really hope you subscribe to our channel. That's easy. Little Shotgun Red's face will pop up over here in a little bit. When you click on it, it'll say subscribe, then you're subscribed. Next to it will be a little notification bell. If you click that little bell, then YouTube will send you every single one of our recipes or a notification that we posted one as soon as it comes out. See you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Is this the best? If it ain't, it ought to be.